Oh, oh, we're back. Sorry about day five. Day three. Not day three. Day two. We messed up on audio on day two. So sorry. Anyway, we're doing the wheat. We're doing a subscriber per. Every subscriber will give me to plant a piece of wheat in their name. Yes, it includes the soil. You'll get your own soil block to be in. You know. Yes, you basically get your own farmland. Anyway. We had a creeper explosion earlier, so I gotta fix that real quick. It went boom, and it wasn't good boom either. I'm trying to pay attention to my audio because I had audio issues in the last one. That's why I got rid of it. So, sorry about that. But I gotta fix this. So. We're gonna fix the thing. We're gonna do a thing. Yeah, we're gonna fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it good. Anyway, we've expanded the sheep farm because, well, sheep, we need wool. So, we're gonna get this wool out of the way and just have a bunch of it because we're gonna be expanding the marketplace. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on. All right. Yeah, this is why I have to fix this now. Things went boomy over here, and not the best for a sheep farm to have a whole crater in your pen. So, alright. Yeah, we have a full crater. Yeah, I gotta fix that. But today, we're gonna get some wood and expand our dock. So, well, let's get some melons so we could actually get efficiency 5 on my shovel. We gotta clear out the terrain. So. Are half my sheep up here? Holy guacamole! Yes, they are. Golly. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, sorry. My mic is louder than usual, so I'm trying to compensate. Also, yeah, there's just floating grass. I have to get this fully grassed up. Otherwise, they won't grow wool. So, anyway. Oh yeah, melons. Melons. Ah, melon. Got melons all day long. Melon. So, I just realized people actually might want to watch this, so I'm just gonna. I should probably get some music involved, so it's not as boring when I go quiet, because I don't like talking this much, but I want to keep you guys entertained. So you know what I'm gonna do? Talk. But I need to find copyright-free music so I can have music in my background, because I like listening to music while playing Minecraft. So, but yeah. Alrighty. So we got our melons. We're gonna go over, trade, we get an efficiency 5 book. Then we're gonna clear out an area and build more of the docks. Because, well, we need that. And sometimes I will use this door, but not today. Not today, baby. Anyway, we should probably expand our city over here. There's our efficiency. Why are you stuck in the door? You are stuck in the door. Also, I keep having to get rid of these walls because they keep running into them. Alright. Thank you. Also, we got stick villagers, so... Are all the villagers up? They are. Lovely. Give me... Alright. Okie dokie. Let's see the emeralds we have. Let's bring some sticks over so we can get it efficient. Our efficiency books are expensive. Ay, ay, ay. Alrighty. Get some sticks. I know they're cluttering up our... good old chests. I'll build a proper storage room eventually. Don't mind that. And if you guys want me to go live, I will. Just, you know, I'm busy with life. Where are my sticks? Okay. I don't have many sticks. We're gonna... hiccups. Gonna need, wood anyway, so... it's fine. Okay. We're gonna... yeah. Stone. We got stone. Alrighty. We got stone. Actually, I don't need the stone just yet. I'll put it in a different chest, though. That's closer. I will eventually move the building past here, but first we need our cityscape to look really good. Or the front. So, we're gonna need to flatten this and push this over here. So, first we're gonna need oak wood and flatten this area. My friend's path. Oh, my friend's poor unconventional path. Ooh-hoo. It was a joke. This path was a joke. But we're gonna need some more oak wood. I don't have a lot of it on me, so I'm gonna go over here to our tree farming area and get some. I believe we have some saplings over in here. I really need to organize this, but right now it's fine. Alrighty. Okay. I wish my friends would join me on these, so I'm not by myself, but oh well. Alrighty. Really need to upgrade all my tools, it's just... I still don't have an enchanting table, even though I have obsidian right next to me. So, that's great. But I can work on things. But yeah, Forever World, we're going to be working on expanding our docks and planning out terrain and working on that area. And in the starting village, I'm going to try to make a mishmash of things. Like, we're going to have city buildings over here. We're going to have medieval buildings on the other side. We can have probably medieval over in this area. City over here. Work on, like, another style over there, like cyberpunk or something like that. Or Greek. like a mishmash of cultures and such. And then we can branch out from the starting village to like a mega base for each style in a way. That would be like my rendition of the style. For example, right now I have this giant hand project where a city's gonna be held by them. Held by the giant hand, and it's gonna be dangling, and it reaches like build height. I need to design the city because we're gonna need Litematica for it, but that's one of my plans, especially for that hand. That hand is a pain in the butt to build if you're not using, well, creative, because it's huge, it's giant. I'm gonna need a lot of stone for it. So I'm gonna need a lot of resources for it. Another is like, I'm gonna need a prismarine farm and a resin farm. Because how I'm gonna build that build in like a Greek style is it's basically the entire build's a gradient. Going to a orange warm color like brick to resin to a light blue going towards the sky. And building that would be like the challenge of color and using color efficiently to make sure, you know, it's coherent, it has depth, and it's basically just gradient work with structural integrity. Another project I might do is I might build like a lovely mountain or like a terraformed castle, like an evil castle or something over here to show off, you know, Gothic architecture and make it like, mix it with weird and wacky in a way. So it's unique in a way to a point where it's just, oh, that's what that looks like. Because I don't want a Gothic castle to be boring. Well, they're not boring, it's just they're uniquely Gothic. But you never really mix them together with cartoonish in a way. So I kind of want to do that, like a medieval cartoon village. What else could I, you know, create? Like, alright, let's let this grow while I start flattening out this area and getting rid of these trees. So we're gonna flatten this area. We need to set an area where we're gonna flatten it out to. I need to leave this intact for my friend. So let's go to here. Yeah, that seems like a right place to go to. And then flatten this out. Actually, let's do layer by layer. Because we're going to flatten this out. We are going to expand this. We're going to have the cityscape. Oh yeah, city project. We're going to have like a modern city. We can probably make, choose a gradient between modern and dystopian, cyberpunk, medieval. Just for fun. Because, well, I like being creative. And this is the start of the city portion, which is going to go that way. Medieval's that way. We could probably push Greek over there. But we are going to have more projects than that. It's just what comes up in my head. And the more support you guys can do for me, you know, the more I can work on this world, work on what I want to do. Alright, I have a goal of, I want to be on Hermitcraft. Yes, I know. But I know it's not that possible. Why? I do have a sailor's mouth outside of, well, YouTube. Also, my friends have sailor mouths, and I like playing with them. Uh, but I like building. I am probably, if I do join, I'll probably be the youngest member by a long shot. Uh, but yeah, I want to join, but me editing, not so good. So yeah, if you guys like the VODs, that's fine. But I want to do more than just VODs. So I'll learn how to edit eventually. If you guys do support me, I might just get an editor or something. I don't know. I don't know. Okay? But I just want to work on my projects. You know. I have a project for a story, you know, a Scrap Rat story, for, you know, I like wanting to draw that out and publish it eventually. But, you know, hard work is hard work. I struggle with my ADHD and autism. Just getting that done. So the more you guys support me, the more I'm able to get things done. Also, I need to location. I'm able to record videos at home, but it's just, I get distracted easily. And usually when I'm recording a video, I get things done. So, if you want to see me record, you know, me drawing, just, you know, like the video a ton. Yeah. Just like it a bunch. But yeah, I like being creative. Also, I'm struggling to find a job, so filling my time out with, well, things I want to do, you know, recording a video every day while I game. Making sure, you know, I work towards a goal of trying to find a job, but just the struggles of being me is hard enough. But let's work on, you know, the base, and let's work on getting things done. So this project can get underway. So let's, you know, flatten this terrain. We're gonna expand the docks today, and then fit some more buildings on here. So we can have more room for what we want to build in the starter village. If you want me to beat the Ender Dragon, I will do that on video, but I gotta get my other friends. They do curse a lot, so I try my best to make them not curse, but I will put a warning, and I might actually have to edit that video and censor them out. But yeah. Okay. I wouldn't mind doing live streams though. I go back to that. I wouldn't mind doing live streams for you guys. I just need to see you guys being. I just need to see interest in it, because I don't like sticking. I struggle with sticking with things out unless it's a really great passion of mine. So if you guys show interest, you know, want to show, you know, interest in that, just, you know, hit me up, and I can probably set things up for that. Also, if you guys like the thumbnails, I do make those myself. They're quick and simple, but they're fun to make, for sure. You know, simple smiley face can go a long way. And that's one of the reasons why I got really good at building, is I just practiced. I loved making things for my friends, I loved making things for others. I like making mini-games. But right now I'm gonna work on the base, because I don't have a ton of resources for that. But I love making hide-and-seek maps. Right now everything's for a function, but once I get to like my mega bases, those are gonna be more hide-and-seek based than anything else. Because hide-and-seek is awesome. You know, there's not a lot of content that's just hide-and-seek. It's popular, and it's like, it makes me mad that not enough people make hide-and-seek videos. So, I want to be that guy who makes hide-and-seek videos. Or, like, you know, I make bases that are hide-and-seek-esque. Working towards, you know, making a hide-and-seek map per world I'm in. Like, for my mega bases. Which, yes, does mean that they have to be smaller in size to make interiors that are fully functional hide-and-seek areas. But I like that, you know? Working towards a goal of making your map basically a functioning minigame. Like Decked Out, or like what Mumbo's doing right now, or, you know, what Impulse did. With his... it was last season of Hermitcraft, season 10, he did the City Runners. Which was a pretty good way of doing it. I just want to show, you know, those efforts in my own way with, like, hide-and-seek. Because I truly love making those kinds of maps. I've been making them since I was, like, Wii U. So, pushing past that would be really awesome. Sorry, just telling my life, but it just, you know, I want you guys to know as soon as possible what my goals are. I want to produce stories. I want to make, you know, art for you guys. And I'm a pretty good, well, I'm an artist. I'm still practicing and stuff, but I want to work on things, you know. Push past the point where, you know, I am, you know, being just, what are the words? You know, I want to be an exceptional artist in the future. I want, you know, just talking about life and stuff, I want to show that art can be in any size, shape, or form. You don't need to, you know, be a mean person and critique it, or, well, not critique it, just don't be a meanie pants. I'm trying not to curse here. Sorry. Try not to make it, like, push, you know, ideals on to an art person, you know, or an artist. Because everybody goes through a different story. My thing is, everybody has the right to be themselves, or, you know, but you just don't be a sore loser, or, you know, don't push your ideals on somebody if they don't want to. And that's vice versa for the person who is like, yeah, I just want it to stay the same and such. I just don't like people who are, well, basically mean in general. Trying to, you know, use excuses to define their actions. It's just, it does not work for me. Every time somebody pushes those extremes, it's just, why? Why are you doing that? You know, you shouldn't. I'm fine with regular old critiques. I'm fine with that. But don't push your ideology on me if I don't want to. You know, don't shove it down my throat. I'm tired of it. I'm fine with people having their own ideologies, but you do not need to mention it every second. Don't make it your personality, please. I want to be with, well, I want to hang out with decent people, and I do hang out with decent people, and the issue is, there are decent people in all groups of people. Either in, you know, America, Japan, China. There are decent people in all those places. It's just, why the heck are you trying to, you know, be rude just for being rude, or, you know, being... I'm trying not to be just... I'm just saying, my ideology is, just don't be a dick. Sorry for the language, but literally, that's all you have to be around me. Is be your kind self, be your true self. But you just don't need to be mean. You don't need to be rude. You don't need to push things that don't need to be pushed. Every time you push something, it doesn't really, you know, help your cause whatsoever. Also, I have a tidbit of, you know, I'm fine with equality with everything. You know, equality for all is a great slogan. But if people push past the point of no return and start fighting for superiority, I start having a problem with that. And I'm not going to name movements or name things, but once you start fighting past, you know, equality and try to be a king of the other people, other group, then I start taking issue, because you're not caring about equality anymore. You're going into stereotypes and pushing your own ideology again down people's throats, and I don't want that. I want people to be equal to each other. I just don't want, you know, people to be rude or mean to each other because you like something else. I'm just tired of it. And there's a lot of movements out there that are starting to push that envelope of, hey, something over here is not to my liking, I should just not have it or push it out of sight by force. And it's like, that's not how the world works. Yes, you can block it out of view, but then you're going to be in your own bubble, which won't help you one bit. Gotta pay attention to all sides and see the issues there. Because there's issues everywhere. Everybody has their own issues. Issues come up anywhere and everywhere. Just gotta understand where and when. And people trying to argue, like, that their thing is the best is kind of malarkey to me, because it's like, yes, that is true, but you aren't looking at the full picture. Just look at the full picture for a moment and see how messed up things can get in your own movement or own thing. before you realize, oh, I'm actually harming people that were supposed to, that were supposed to support me. Because it's just, if you're pushing people away, you're not making things equal. You're making people distrust you. You're making people not want to be around you. You're making things just harder for yourself at the end of the day. Equality is a great thing, and I'm glad we've started pushing more and more towards it, but if you aren't taking the responsibility to make sure that your equality, or how you act, makes the other people responsible for keeping, you know, well, not responsible, the people who you want on your team, you want people on your side to support you. If you start pushing them away, you no longer have equality. You've effectively just punished the people that you're trying to get support from. They're not going to support you any longer if you keep pushing them to their limits. This goes for any movement. Or any, thing. If you push people too far, they're not going to be with you. They're not going to want to be with you on that thing. People don't like to be pushed around or told specific things half the time. And it shows. It's just, the world is basically falling, well, especially America is falling apart because the culture is just so toxic towards people you're trying to get support from that they are completely opting out of supporting you because the general census is, hey, you are acting pretty bad towards the other group. Or most people are acting bad towards this group of people, or it's a minority, the loud minority, and it's like, I don't want to be around these people if I'm being pushed to my absolute limit. And it shows. Support starts dwindling as soon as, people realize you're not treating them as you want to be treated. I'm glad we have improvements in our lives, but for the love of gosh, you just push, be kind to each other, just be nice. We don't need to dislike each other because we are different in some way, fashion, or form. We don't need toxicity pushed onto other people that doesn't really have a meaning because somebody did something you didn't like. We don't need, we don't need our buttons to be pushed past the specific point. Because we have already gotten to that point. People are getting tired of pushy people saying, this is what we want, and not following up on their promises, not following up on, keeping things genuine or keeping things fair for both sides. Because yes, there's still harassment on every single corner for every single person, no matter what. It's just, life is just unfair, and that's that. But we have regulations that fight against that, which is a good thing. Sorry for this being political, it's just, life has, for me so far, has just not been great. We have been having people left, right, and center push things to extremes. I'm gonna use an example here. There's specific people on well, specific people and specific minorities of like genders and such that are pushing things that most people don't want. And it's offending the people who are on their team to the point where they're leaving. Like, how messed up can you be for people on your own team to say, yeah, nothing, I don't want this person anywhere near me because they're just so bad. It shows in how people talk and, you know, talk to you. It's how people avoid you because they know who you are. And or how you act to a point where it's like, yeah, I don't want to be around a person who literally attacks the people we're trying to get support from. If you're attacking the people supporting you, why are you doing that? Don't stop it. That's an idiotic move just in itself. I'm just saying support comes from both sides. If support falls, it's not there. Anyway, let's end this topic of my ideology and such. I don't need to push it down your throats. It's just what I have in my mind. You can always, you know, it's like, oh, I don't believe that. But just take it as like, are you like in a fair sense where it's like, hey, I don't believe that, but good for you, right? It's just my thoughts on the world and such. Because, oh, the world is not fair. Anyway, back to the project at hand. We're planning this area so we can place oak planks and basically have the second layer of the dock so big ships can park here. We're gonna have like an old town over here, so it's gonna be like more rustic city buildings before we move to like the newer stuff. So we're gonna work on that. We're gonna like have one more layer. We're gonna have to chop down some trees. That's fine. But we're gonna have like this old town kind of deal. So we're gonna probably have another store here. Because this is gonna be where our villagers are gonna be. But I'm gonna need to make a basic storage system sooner or later. Also, this is gonna need building soon over here on this side. Because otherwise, you know, we have one layer of buildings. That's not gonna look good. It looks good, but you're gonna need more than just one layer of buildings. So I'm gonna add some buildings over there, like more apartments. But more like, this is more of a modern thing. We're gonna need clay, so we should probably build a clay farm next. So we can get some more rustic type buildings for the base. So we'll work on that. But right now, let's clear our inventory and get back to the oak wood so we can gather it and work on the other side of the pier. I did a hand gesture in real life. It's like, you guys can't see that whatsoever. I did a hand gesture in real life, though. That's kind of funny. Okay. Anyway, sorry for the, my take on how, you know, people are just using equality as a way to take superiority. just it hurts my soul every time, you know, that somebody is using equality to push, you know, push people to things that they don't want to do or be. I don't like superiority, basically. It does not suit things well whatsoever. But anyhow, we got trees to chop. Chop, chop, chop. Into my heart. Dimba. Oh. Wood, 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 wood. Wood, 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 Bum 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 wah 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 bum 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 wah 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 wah. Bum 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 wah 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 bum 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 ba-dum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum ba-dum da-da-da-da-da da-da-dum dum dum da dum da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum da 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 wow. Ya ba dee da ba da ba da 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 da. Whoa, ba-blum ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dun 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 da 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 dum dum da da dum da 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 dum da 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 ba da ba ba da ba da 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 da. Whoa, whoa, I'm mining some wood today. Whoa, whoa, I'm chopping some wood today. I'm chopping, slicing some oak wood today. Chopping, I'm slicing some wood today. I'm chopping some oak wood today. I'm chopping, slicing some wood today. Whoa, whoa, I'm chopping some wood. Whoa, whoa, I'm chopping some wood today. Da 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 dum dum da dum da 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 dum. Chopping some wood today. Chopping, breaking. Got the wood I need today. I'm chopping, breaking. Gotta mine some wood today. I'm chopping, mining. Chopping some wood every day. Chopping, mining. Mining some wood every day. Mining, chopping some wood, chopping some wood every day. Mining, chopping, mining some wood today. Whoa, whoa, I'm mining some oak wood today. Whoa, whoa, mining some wood today. Hey, mining some wood every day. Grinding, chopping, mining some wood every day. Mining, chopping, mining some wood every day. Do 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 do. Whoa, chopping every day. Ah, yes, I broke out into song like musical theater. Yes, musical theater, baby. I get weird by myself. Oh well. Dum 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 dum. Wow. Wow. Dum wow. Da da ba da ba da ba da dum. Wa da dum wa da da ba dum. Da da do 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 do. Ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba do. Whoa. Whoa, la 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 la, ba ba la da ba da la 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 da la la. Whoa, 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 oh, oh, oh. All right, that's enough singing. I guess I broke out into song there. Sorry. Sorry, I broke out into song, you know. Oh, terrible Scottish accent and everything. Oh, bloody brilliant, you know. Ah, yeah. Yeah, indeed. Terrible Scottish accent is everything. Oh, I should probably quiet it down. I don't want to irritate you guys. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, you know. Anyway, we're gonna mine some more dirt and then expand the dock. Oh, yes, I do these recording sessions in one take, so I don't get to listen to music. So, just work on project, yeah! Yes, I am playing on a laptop, connected to a TV. I need to tape up a part of my, my computer stand because, well, if I want to show you guys, I don't want to leak my information to you guys. No joke. I literally will have to tape it up otherwise. Because then I'll be leaking my information to you guys, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, I don't want to do that. So, alrighty. We're almost done with the mining phase. We can get to the building part, actually. This is probably going to be our most highly trafficked, traffified, why can't me speak? Ah, let's see if the farms are actually working. Bamboo is doing well for simple bamboo. Sugar cane! Yeah! Yes. Sugar cane is doing well. I need to light up that area over there because I want to put a mob farm in their little ocean. Yes, that's an ocean biome. Yeah, we need to. Oh my gosh. I need to go on more walks. Alrighty. Okie dokie. So we can actually start building now. Yes, this is an ocean biome. It's very small, but it's an ocean biome. Surprisingly enough. Alright. Alright. Fluffy, I don't need you, sorry. Fluffy's not going to be happy that I'm not using him. But everything is on the ground! How am I supposed to use a happy grass on the ground? Do I want a grounded gas? No. Nuh-uh. Not one bit. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, build with him right now, because I don't really need him right now. Alright. If I go quiet, sorry, that's me just focusing. You guys can't hear me breathe, though. Yeah, I fixed that. Okay, so this dock is, like, this is gonna be a pier. Alrighty. Alright, so we're gonna curve that way. Slow it down a little bit. When your house becomes beachfront property suddenly, it's like, what? How? I live in the middle of nowhere. In a desert, nonetheless. How? Simple. Krispy Kreme donuts have done it again. Wah, wah. Okay, so slow this down. 2, 3, 4. that was a creeper for a moment. Alrighty. So we're gonna need to add a staircase over here. Now I have songs singing stuck in my head. Gosh, dang it. Okay, so this is gonna be like, alright. This is gonna be like our port of a sort. So we need some kind of claw machine. Not claw machine. What are we building? A arcade machine? No. No, a crane. We're gonna need some kind of crane and a boat. This better. We could probably edit this. Affleck. So this is at a diagonal. That's gonna be lovely. Okay, so we're gonna need a staircase up. Probably can put it here. Alrighty. Alright, let's get some more stone. I know we have stone in a chest. That one. Yep. Knew I was gonna need this today. Oh god. Okay, so we're gonna use stone bricks. Alrighty, so we're gonna use stone bricks here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna need to clear out our inventory a bit more. We're gonna also need to start switching over to pavement. Alrighty. So this is gonna be like our switching up from wood to pavement kind of deal. So, gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And if you guys want me to play other games, I will. We're gonna have to smooth these walls out, or actually add texture to them. And we should probably get up a salt farm going. So we can actually, you know, start paving the roads soon. Also, we're gonna have to build underneath the water. We can get a Nautilus for that, though. So we're gonna have like a storage. Oh, we're gonna have like a storage building. I like our storage, like a warehouse kind of deal with the cranes and such. That might work really well, actually. So this bottom, this bottom part can be well, actually, the market will go like over here. Then we have warehouses and such that could bring everything together. So that might be awesome, actually. Alrighty. We're actually gonna start paving the roads with like stone and such. What should be like the first city kind of thing we should have? Like Old Town, New Town, very New Town. I probably think Old Town would go first, and then work our way from there. Alrighty. So the market's gonna be like there and there. Like our villagers are gonna be basically trading. Like Main Street. Which we're gonna probably have to get rid of these tree farms, plant them somewhere else. Because if we're gonna have a main street, I kind of want it to be like curved this way. Yeah, that. We're gonna have diagonals in that. That's fine. But Main Street is where we want to keep all our villagers in storage. So So we want this to go. That's there, and then we want this to start curving. So we want that curve. Yeah, we want that curve, right? So if we go out till there, that's going to be like our... This is going to curve. Basically, this is the street, right? We want to curve it to... So we're going to have this angled street giving us the market we wanted for farmers. So this will be like the farmer market extends down here, so this will be stairs. Then the farmer's market will continue here, go down. So we're going to need a staircase down besides that. So like maybe here, angle it down. Have these buildings be like retro buildings and such. We can probably have a building here, like a little cafe. Like the cafe can... So... Actually, no, this will need to be curved, so... So that would be curved, right? Creating a narrow street here. This can be market, right? This... Market. This can be at a slight curve. Actually. This building here will be like... That will be a building. Yay. So this will go here and then go like that, right? Which then have basically the building line be here for the buildings. I ran out of cobblestone. We probably have more in that chest. But... So, that's the building line. Creating this narrow street in a way. Because that's where the wood would go for this. No, wait, this needs to be logs. So... Ay, ay, ay. Skeletons. So... And then the blending of the streets will go here. As this blends together. So, we will have the 2 rows of, well, a building here, that's going to be like a cafe. Then rows of buildings here on an angle. Which are going to be like our villager trading areas. So... we're going to have basically a diagonal street here with buildings upon buildings. So, let's fill this up. So, let's put you here, so it's like that. And this will be like Old Town. So these like are more modern city structures, and then you'll have this angled building, basically, or row of streets that will have this market nearby. So, we'll have that. Let me finish this and then I'll end off the episode. So that's where the blending will be, is right there. So, okay. So I'll get these back from like a creative world and probably design them, because these were willy-nilly. I need these to be really nice. So, at this point, I might need to start heading towards getting all elytra. I know where a fortress is, so we'll probably need to raid that tomorrow. Alright. So... So we're going to work on this area, which is going to be like our villager area, basically. Underneath is going to be like a storage area that they have elevators to, so they can bring it up to like a dock that's up here on the city top, basically. So they can push it out into the city. So we're gonna work on this on the next few episodes, and I'll gather resources off camera unless you want that, but we'll work on it. Okie dokie, let's do this. So we're gonna have a claustrophobic, like, little alleyway here, and then... Alrighty. Alright, so... we want this to be like a little cafe. Actually, no, let's not block off this path fully. Make it on the tighter side. We have our bookshop. I don't know what every shop could be, but I know we're gonna have a shop for basically every single villager. So we have that, but we're gonna need some kind of path up, so let's use this as a way. So we're gonna have this diagonal here, cutting the city, adding a road. Alrighty. So we're gonna have this road going up. So this road will... curve like that. And this will be like one of the main roads that goes in. But we have these diagonal streets. These two need to be pathways up. So that needs to be a connection. That needs to be a connection with slabs. But yeah. That's what we want to do. I don't have free cam, but we have basically planned out what we want to do with this area. We have expanded our dock. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. You know, we got all our plans ready to go. I'll probably build these, well, on camera, of course. I'll gather resources off camera, unless you want that. And remember, if you want me to plant wheat in your name, subscribe. Okay? Make me suffer. Why? Because it's funny. Haha. Alright. You know what I gotta do? Doodles.